playing familiar notes with new instruments. Season 9 of 90 Day Fiancé has offered no reprieves to the cascading comedy of two people committing to wed with almost nothing in common, gambling on love and opportunity. The series plays out like relationship roulette with real emotions and financial dependencies on the line as an eager gallery looks on with devilish delight. As much a part of the extended 90-day universe as they are spectators, viewers often encapsulate the absurdity of the dating docuseries in meme form, preserving passing moments through the power of the internet. Few couples have been spared from the crude Photoshop skills of the hilariously critical fanbase. 90 Day Fiancé feeds off chaos, with one half of a couple anchored in the US and the other half trying to prove they're worth marrying before deportation. The gravity of a 90-day time restraint has bred drama for 9 seasons and multiple spin-offs. While the cast members change, for the most part, each season, the steps they took to wind up on TLC usually follow a similar trajectory. Noticing the similarities, Instagram user @90harvestust created a 90-day starter pack that checks off all the usual boxes. From secrets and age gaps to money troubles and vacation babies, the prerequisites are all there for next season's lovers to echo. Kobe Blaze's friend Temperature turned up the heat on Kobe's masculine woes from the second he stepped on screen. Sharing kindred Cameroonian roots, Temperature made it known to Kobe and his fiancée Emily that an African man's place was at the head of the household and his acquiescence to his fiancée's demands was unacceptable. In private with Kobe, in the car with Kobe and Emily, and even at dinner with Emily's entire immediate family, Temperature shared his disapproval of American women and how they, especially Emily, should hold a level of subservience to their husband. Twitter user @abig1313 hilariously attributes Temperature's name to his complete disregard for situational awareness, testing his fiancée Shayada's gratitude by pretending to be less well-off than he actually is. Bilal made the questionable decision to pick her up in an old work van and take her to the childhood home he claimed to be their current residence. Predictably disastrous. Shayada was irritated with Bilal's manipulation and Bilal was upset with Shayada's reactions, proving that Bilal wasn't the only trickster in the Hazi's family. Bilal's sister Nefertari would bring Shayada to tears after giving her a wedding dress that was the exact opposite of what she wanted, and afterward gave her the actual dress. Alike in pranks and genetics, Instagram user @MaryPants's mirrored image meme hilariously hits both points, familiar to viewers and Biniyam alike. Ariela's ex-husband Leandro is an indelible part of her past, continually causing points of contention between Ari and Biniyam. Ari's bond with Leandro is one that she cherishes and one that Biniyam wishes would stop visiting him each season. Their connection is especially noticeable when Bini meets Ari and Leandro for lunch and they're wearing matching plaid outfits, where Jibri and Miona intentionally coordinate their outfits for likes and aesthetics. Ari and Leandro unknowingly matching speaks of the pull they, Ari, still have over each other. Leandro. Instagrammers/podcasters @MarriotToRealityPod sharply put the couple's congruencies together. While 28-year-old Jibri Bell's celestial share of persona gives him a vibrancy that stands out in South Dakota, his mother Mahala and stepfather Brian still see him as that rebellious teenager fighting against fitting in. As Jibri picks up his fiancée Mioana from the airport while dressed to the nines, the reality of sharing a house with his parents didn't jive with his hotshot image. From cooking dinner and having a dress code to essentially shooing the couple out the door, Jibri's mother Mahala treated Jibri and Miona more like a child than the 90 Day Fiancé star and internationally known musician he positions himself to be. Instagrammer @90 Day Fiancé fan account adorably encapsulates the duality of Bells. With a distinctly thick Bostonian accent, Pat Mendez's brother John sits somewhere between the devil on his shoulder and his source of unsolicited advice. While Pat's fiancé Ties loathes John's place and proximity, Pat refuses to turn his back on his blood and the man that helped him through his divorce. Related, 90 Day Fiancé. The worst siblings in the franchise. Reddit user Coffee Whistle's comparison between the titular Ted Teddy Bear and John is spot on. From the drinking and detrimental effects on his brother's relationship to Massachusetts and even the name John in its own right, the parallels are undeniable. Despite both being in their 20s, Carol Bass treats her fiancé Guillermo Royer like a child, joking with their friends that she's the cradle robber to Guillermo's toddler. Their relationship has some problematic quirks that are worrying for Guillermo and viewers alike, largely reliant on Kira as he's unable to work on a visit visitor's visa. Guillermo spends most of his time at home with their dog Chicky Mama. In an unintentionally hilarious moment, Guillermo asks Kara to use their savings for a computer and gets countered with "let's start with a toothbrush." As showcased in at 90 Day Harvest's Instagram post, Kara's maternal exhaustion is on full display. One note for the duration of his airtime: Mohammed's softly spoken gaslighting is as infuriating as it is sleep-inducing. With a wry grin on his face and a glob of product in his hair, Mohammed smiles through Eve's complaints and listens to none of them. Related, 90 Day Fiancé, 10 Season 9 arguments that raise red flags as Mohammed finds a potential new sponsor at a local mosque. His verbiage changes and his intent to stay in the States one way or the other becomes obvious. Instagrammer at 90 Day Meme does a great job of showing this, with his personality being a blank slate unless it comes to permanent residency. While far from as insidious, Kobe Blaze's submergence into the Beverly family compound bears a striking resemblance to Jordan Peele's seminal horror work Get Out. The only black man in a predominantly white town, Kobe must navigate cultural and racial differences while ostensibly being alone. As his friend Temperature shows up and drastically changes the way he sees his life playing out, it's as if Lil Rel himself showed up as a Cameroonian member of the TSA. Reddit user Tony Clifton 323's reworked Get Out poster does a phenomenal job of connecting the similarities. Staggeringly similar to the DENNIS system for erotic conquests. Instagram account at 90 Day Meme sharply used Bilal's actions to create the BILAL system, demonstrating his value online and engaging Shayada physically in Trinidad. Bilal nurtured Shayada's dependence once she moved to Missouri and immediately began to neglect her emotionally. More of an extension to the Always Sunny acronym, the BILAL system exists to guarantee the separation by building distrust, ignoring one's partner, lecturing them as if they hold no merit, and leaving them roadside if they choose to fight back on the way to prayer. Funny and sad. BILAL can't help but self-sabotage with his peculiar methodologies.